This is one of the coolest quests in Skyrim, but is it worth the grind? I went all over Skyrim to gather up not 5, not 10, not 15, but 24 unusual gems. And while you have probably come across a few of these throughout your various playthroughs, if you're anything like me and this group of 1700 people, you haven't completed this quest before. Now it's probably because the quest is hard to complete due to the number of unusual gems or the lack of quest markers on the gems themselves. Or it could be because the quest is known to have a lackluster reward. Is the quest worth the grind of finding all these unique gems that are completely worthless until you find all of them? Well, I set up a poll for about 1,300 people voted on it. 80% of those people say that it's a bad quest reward outright, with plenty of comments to back that up. One comment stating, it supplies you with gold in late game. The one thing you don't need in late game is gold. Perfect summarization. But if you've already collected all of these and want to see the end result or my opinion on the quest reward itself, let's get to all 24 unusual gems and be sure to see if you can keep up with how much time it took me to get every single one. I bet you can't. Section 1. Now it helps to break these up into the holds that they belong to. So first up is Windhelm. And Sylvound. I think that's how you call it. I don't even know. This stone is going to be located deep in the dungeon inside the quote-unquote burial chamber. And you can go through this dungeon in about 10 minutes and then you can access the first stone right here. Next, you'll be heading to Stony Creek Cave. This literally took me 3 minutes and the stone is located right here. Clan Shattershield's house, on the other hand, has to be broken into, I think anyway, and for a rough 4 minutes and 20 seconds, the stone is right here. The final stone for this section is in the Palace of Kings, and if you go to the left, up through here, straight through, you'll find the wizard's area, and you'll have to sneak so you don't get arrested to find the stone on this table, and it took me roughly 2 minutes and 40 seconds.
Stop!
Section 2 is going to be Falkreath, and you can break into the Dark Brotherhood Sanctuary or start it either way you want, and you'll find the stone right here in Astrid's bedroom, and it took me about 35 seconds. Next stop is Pine Watch. Near the exit of Helgen, you can keep heading on through the dungeon and find the stone right here. Now this dungeon took about 10 minutes and 20 seconds. The one and only Sunderstone Gorge is where we'll be heading to next, which will be located right here in this area, and it took me about 13 minutes and 8 seconds. Now, real quick, before we get into the next section, it's going to be important that we mention the 4 quests you're going to have to do to access these next areas. First will be taking care of business in Riften. You talk to Brynjolf, do that whole thing. Next will be under Sarthal, the first quest in the College of Winterhold quest line. And then in Solitude, you'll do the Man Who Cried Wolf from Falkreath, or whatever his name is, in the Blue Palace. And then finally, you'll do something for Ellis's tribute in the Blue Palace after doing the Man Who Cried Wolf. That should be all the quests we have to do for this video. Hoffingar. I don't know anybody who calls it that. It's Solitude, man. And the first stone will be in the Dainty Sload. Now, I can honestly say that I've never ever cleared this location in my tenure playing Skyrim, which is super cool that this quest has already taken me somewhere new. Now all you have to do is clear the location, get to the end, and boom, there is the stone, and it took me about 3 minutes and 52 seconds. The Reeking Cave, however, is the next place we have to go, and it's the cave right after the Thalmor Embassy. You can get the stone right here, but beware of the troll guarding it. And don't be worried, you can always come back later to grab it if you missed it the first time. In the Blue Palace, you can come right here to Elf's bedside, and boom, there's another stone. 3 minutes and 5 seconds for that bad boy. The one that is locked behind the quest is the stone that is in the Proud Spire Manor in Solitude. And you can find the manor and buy the manor for a low price of 5 easy installments of 5,000 septims. I'll let you do the math. It's 25,000, and it's located right here. Took me 6 minutes and 51 seconds. Hall March, or Morthal if you're normal. Heading south of Morthal, you'll find a Nordic ruin called Ranvang's Fast, and the stone will be right here at the end of it. Took me 6 minutes and 12 seconds. The Reach, aka Markarth. Dead Crone Rock. Now this location's also home to a quest for Mehrunes Dagon, a Daedric quest, but the stone's right here, and it took me around 2 minutes to get it. Understone Keep, however, is kind of tricky, and it took me a minute to find. You'll have to come to the Dwemer Museum, and you can get here through a quest with Caselmo and that. But I chose to sneak in and steal it. Just watch going to jail in Markarth. I hear it's a little icy. In the end, it took me around 11 minutes, 27 seconds to find. The final stone, however, for this section is located in the treasury, and it only took 31 seconds to find. Right here, the Rift, i.e. Riften. Away from Riften entirely, you can find this lodge out in the middle of nowhere in the Riftland called the say it with me, Blackbriar Lodge. You'll also have to fight off a few mercenaries, no big deal, shouldn't be tough. And you can find the stone right here. Took me about 8 minutes and 12 seconds. The second stone, and the last stone for this section, is in Mistfell Keep. Located right here. Super simple. It took me about 1 minute and 55 seconds to nab this boy. Shoeman, another one with 4 stones. Better buckle up for this one. A very familiar place, the Jarl's Quarters in Dragon's Reach. Right by his bedside table. Took me around 32 seconds to nab. The second is going to be placed right here in Felgo Keep. Now you'll have to come here for a College Winterhold quest, but you don't have to do it prior. It's much easier to come in this door, by the way. It took me around 9 minutes and 12 seconds to grab that boy. If you head to Jorvasker in Whiterun, you can slink down to the living quarters and steal this one right out from under him for about 32 seconds. With all this theft, it would probably help to mention that if you do get caught, they don't count as stolen and they won't be taken from you if you do get caught and go to jail. No worries there. The final stone for this section will be placed right here in the Hall of the Dead in Whiterun, taking about 1 minute and 14 seconds. The whole entire reason we had to do the Undersarthal quest is for this guy right here in Winterhold. The Archmage's quarters, located right here, took about 1 minute to get. Now on to Hobbsfall Cave. Now this took a minute because I didn't notice this little side branch that jutted off here, and it's located right here. It took me about 6 minutes, or 16 minutes and 39 seconds. The final gem in Winterhold, and the final gem of this whole quest, is located in the throne room of Yingild, way up here on its own island. And the stone isn't really hard to find either. It's right here in the throne room where I said earlier. Anyway, that's all of them. Now let's revert to Live Jake. So all of this brings us down to the Ratway. There she is, sitting over here, blending in with everything. So we're gonna talk to her. I do not care, Vex. Alright, so we got through all that crap. Now, is this unusual gem worth anything? Is it worth anything? Okay, alright. Well, that's strange, because I've happened to have all of them. I found all the stones of Barenziah. Now, is it worth something? Okay, this is interesting. Does the crown still exist? Alright, recover the crown of Barenziah. Let's get the flip out of here. Okay, should not take too long to find what we're supposed to do, because I believe this area of the quest is in fact marked. Always love opening that. Okay, where are we heading to? Right here. Recover the crown in Tolvald's Cave, located here on the map. It's close to one of the stones, actually, that we had to go to. Kind of ironic. All right, let's head on down. What would it be? What would a Skyrim video be without walking to a new location? Well, maybe it's not a dragon today. Maybe it's just these stupid bears. Please don't give me rock joint. Ah, always a dub when you don't get rock joint. Tovald's Cave has been discovered. Is it over here, maybe? Yeah. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead and sneak. Don't give me too much crap in the comments about being a sneak archer. And there he is. Just like nothing happened. Okay. I mean, alright. Really touch us too much. Oh, okay. This is a much bigger dungeon than I originally thought it was. Dude, you're dead. Why do I have to be careful? Is this like a battle site? This is pretty cool. Oh, man, there it is. So we've retrieved the crown. Now we got to get back to Vex. Alright, here's Vex. Let's see what she has to say.
I have work if you've got the back.
I found the crown.
You had it in you? Well, I'm not one to welch on a deal. So here's your reward. Hope you put it to good use. I know I have.
Alright, they took all the stones and they took all the crown and they gave us Prowler's Profit. Okay, now, I don't know exactly where it puts the crown. It must be in here. I don't know. Let's look around and see if we can find it. Oh, obviously, we've already found it. There it is, right behind Mercer Foray. That is what we get. We can't move it. We can't take it. We have to keep it right there. Kind of sucks. And when you activate it, nothing happens. But there it is. Move, Mercer, you idiot.
Better be
Get out of the way, stupid. Alright, that is the Crown of Barenziah. Now, while this is a cool quest, and you can get to some nostalgic places here and there are a few things that I definitely do differently. I would make the item either wearable or make it able to be displayed in a player home, you know, for like the collection aspect of the game. Now, the effect that makes you find more valuable gems in chests and urns, I think it'd be much more effective if you could find gold and even make prices a little bit better, 5 to 10% give or take. I think that would make it a ton better and definitely make it worth the grind, especially since this is a late game item anyways. Now obviously this would make it much better, but I want to know what you guys think. What would you guys do differently with this quest reward? And if you want to know a quest that's always worth it no matter what, watch this video right here where we get the Black Star in Skyrim. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, but above all else, thank you for your time. Don't forget to read your Bibles. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like the video, help get it out to more and more people. And if you want to, feel free to subscribe. Thank you all so much. Thank you for your time. Peace out.